Hi Pisces, welcome to 8 of Cups Tarot. Welcome to your cards for August. Wow. Like for real, this is an incredible spread. I just want to tell you, throw on a seatbelt, you're in for a ride. Okay, Pisces. So getting down to business, the first thing I want to tell you is I pull a total of 7 Rider-Waite cards for you. 6 of those cards came in as major arcana. This tells me that you are undergoing a massive transformation. Huge changes are coming for you at the end of 2020. You are clearly on a path. You are clearly on a journey. I think things are starting to come together for you. And yet there are just a couple of things that you have to work on in August so that later on they don't creep up and create blocks. That's what my intuition is telling me. Because by all means, this does not represent a harsh month for Pisces. Now the overall energy, sorry, I'm getting comfortable. The overall energy for your reading is the World. World card. Saturn. Saturn's retrograde. In Capricorn, we're doing a lot. The past 6 months has been all about the Saturn energy. This Capricorn energy. And it's been a lot of cycles that are completing in our lives as we are just beginning the new cycles. And the World is the beginning of a new cycle. As you know, whenever new energy comes in, whenever new cycles begin in our life, it's because we closed old things out. We completed things. And that, in a sense, is exactly where you are in August. The new thing has already appeared, or at least the idea of it. And I say that because your first 2 cards out the Sun and the Justice card. All right, so if I remember correctly, the last couple of readings for Pisces was really about making yourself a priority, about self-love, about nurturing yourself. And apparently, my guess is you're starting to reap the rewards. You're starting to feel rejuvenated. The Sun card is the card of happiness, and it can represent Leo. So maybe you're dealing with a Leo, or it could represent vitality, rejuvenation, where we feel something is brought back to life. Next to the Justice card, it's a reminder that there's balance. Now, if you are dealing with a court case, by all means, it probably was, ruled in your favor. Either way, there is justice in your happiness. So if you've been making the things that make you happy a priority, setting those boundaries, knowing how important it is for you to maintain your own personal happiness. Then the Justice card representing Jupiter. These are all major players in our astrology for the month. You are reaping the rewards, which often happens when Jupiter is retrograde. They bear gifts. Now, the Sun card ironically comes out on top of your first Moon card, which is it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. the duality here is there is a balance between the dark and the light. I think Pisces has been doing a lot of shadow work, a lot of reckoning what their shadow side is, the ways that they self-sabotage themselves, perfecting our inner thought processes to believe in the lighter side of life. There cannot be good without the bad. There has to be contrast. And Pisces recognizes this. I have to tell you, there is so much in this reading about mastering manifestation, mastering it as an art form, staying in the positive energy, believing in the universe, believing that when your vibe is high, when you're feeling good about life, that's what you get in return, right? The Justice card. I think Pisces has done a lot of work releasing those inner shadows, the things that don't make you happy, releasing fears as well, and the Justice card comes out above card number 12, Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. There could be so many different ways that this is playing out in your life. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, but whatever it is, I feel like Pisces has decided to be themselves, be who they truly are. Now, maybe this is representing a new relationship that's just entering your life. The Canary Spirit card, and maybe not a relationship, maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new friend, or a new opportunity, or a creative project. Whatever it is important now. As things are starting to look up, things are starting to move in the right direction, right? There's lightness, there's beauty, there's happiness in your life. Things are starting to feel like they're coming easy to you because you've done that work, right? So Canary Spirit is a reminder to be yourself. If you're bringing in this new job, this new relationship, do not try to be what you think that person wants you to be. That's not your job. Your job is to be exactly who you are, and also to really like that person, even if it's liking your flaws, even if it's liking the things about you that would drive other people crazy. Maybe in past relationships you were constantly reminded of, or even, old jobs, you're not this, you're not that, you don't fit this role, you can't do this, you don't do this well. If it's relationships, maybe you've had to dim your light a little bit in order to let others shine. Maybe you haven't been able to be yourself in relationships in the past, kind of let that person see you without makeup, in Sunday morning clothes, having coffee, not worrying about what you look like. Canary Spirit is when you let that beauty radiate from inside. And when you're on that vibe, you simply attract people that find you beautiful no matter what, in spite of your flaws, in spite of, maybe you're messy, maybe your lack of organization has driven other people crazy. And yet there's something happening where you've made peace with yourself. And so now a new relationship or a new opportunity comes in, and that person or that thing actually adores you because of that. They like the flakiness. They like the silliness. They like the openness and your ability to be yourself. And there's so much confidence that comes from that Canary Spirit. That confidence also comes from a place where you understand that when you love yourself, the universe brings you people that love you. that when you are happy in your own body and in your own skin, then you're surrounded by people that feel the same way. There's a reflection. There's justice. There's balance. There's balance in whatever this new thing is. Now, the current energies, and in no way, shape, or form is this even a negative thing, but they are a little bit heavier, meaning you have to exert your power now. Judgment card and the Emperor. Well, this is really fantastic energy. The Judgment card is an awakening. And the Emperor card is oftentimes representing an authority figure. This could be an Aries that you're dealing with in your life. It could just be your own kind of masculine energy of self-discipline. I don't know why I'm picking up a sense of honing in on your discipline this month. You may have been in a really creative energy recently. You might have been, kind of lost in happiness, which is such a beautiful thing, especially now when you see everything going on in the world and a lot of people are dealing with a lot of negativity. Yet Pisces has kind of risen above it. Maybe you took a break from watching the news. Maybe you weren't allowing all that outside chatter to affect who you are and what you're creating in your own personal life. Maybe things are falling apart collectively a little bit. It doesn't mean that we have to participate. It doesn't mean that we have to believe our personal lives are falling apart. Okay? You found a way to get over the negative energy. Maybe that was even just turning off social media, not allowing the negativity in. Judgment card and the Emperor. Judgment card is when we become awake to the energies around us. And the Emperor card is gifted at drawing those boundaries. And underneath those two cards, you get the Angel of Power. This is Pisces being kind of superwoman, I think there's a bit of a testing going on with the universe here, So you're getting the idea that this manifestation process is really working. And then something happens and it has the capability to sink you back down a little bit, knock you down a few notches. Maybe it's something that throws you off the course. It's another form of contrast, right? It could be something at work. It could be completely unrelated to this relationship. It could even represent an issue with your father or a boss, something going on at work. The thing is, you're being tested. Can you stay in that positivity? Can you not allow this thing to drag you down? There's pressure that I feel here. Pressure to be what other people expect you to be. Maybe there's other people making a lot of noise in your environment this month. Maybe they're expressing a lot of their fears, their inability to move freely at this time. And that Angel of Power and that Judgment card is like Pisces saying, no, I'm not going to go there. I love you. I care about you. But if you're going to spin down this drain, this kind of spiral, I'm seeing it as a spiral, I don't have to go with you. Pisces can kind of hold space up here. where maybe a lot of other people are floundering and trying to find their way and grasping at things. And Pisces just simply has faith. They have an inner knowing. They can rely on themselves. This is where you take action and make things happen. But a lot of this is manifesting. It's just simply believing in yourself. Believing that you're doing the right things, that you're on the right path. And by all means, I feel a lot of support from the planets, a lot of support from these retrograde planets of Saturn and Jupiter. And remember, Saturn and Jupiter are going to meet together in Aquarius. Pisces, that's your 12th house. So things are coming to fruition, but you may not see it yet. You may not see the big picture. The challenge card this month is that of the Hierophant. This can exude stubbornness. You may not be seeing what's truly unfolding for you in August. It may not be clear. Like I said, in the beginning of the month, you seem to be in this really great, happy energy. And you're starting to see these rewards. And then things get a little bit tough. And now the Hierophant, like I said, is a testing of your faith. What's your commitment to this manifestation process? How well can you stay on course of positivity when things kind of fall apart? Now, I don't see things falling apart for Pisces. In fact, I see you offering a lot of authority, like you're almost teaching others how to maintain this positivity. And the Hierophant in the challenge card could be immense pressure, to be the things that you're supposed to be. Maybe this is pressure to be a wife and fulfill a wife role, fulfill a husband role, fulfill a certain role at work. Pressure as in pressure to keep things the same. Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's not really flexible. And underneath that energy is the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. So don't get distracted this month by things that seem to be holding you back. Now we have Mars making a lot of squares throughout August. And then into early September as it retrogrades back through its Aries degrees. These could be brick walls. These could be delays. This could be things look like they're going to work out, and then all of a sudden there's a blockage where things can't proceed. They can't move yet. The Hierophant is going to make you feel like, okay, maybe this manifestation thing isn't working. Maybe I need to just get my head on my shoulders, plow through, do the things that I'm supposed to do, and kind of forget all of this good stuff. It's kind of like getting sucked back down into 3D reality. If you've been in a really creative energy, all of a sudden now you have to get back to pay the bills and clean the house and do the laundry and do the simple things, the things that we have to do, the routines, the rituals, the everyday life kind of stuff. But when it comes out in a Hierophant energy, it just feels really heavy. And so this might be a time when things fall away and you have to be okay with the heavy responsibilities falling away. Because ultimately what you're searching for is freedom. If there are relationships in your life that are feeling restrictive, there might be a time in August where you feel like okay, but I need to stay here. I need to stay in this relationship because it's what's expected of me. And that's going against what Spirit is trying to give to you, which is freedom. Freedom to be yourself. Freedom to enjoy your life. If you're in a beautiful relationship but you hate your job, things might come to an end at the end of August. But it might be scary. Freedom is always scary, right? When we break out of something that we've known for so long, of course it could be scary. Your advice from Spirit is the 10 of Wands. There are simply burdens that you have to drop at this time. You can't have this energy of freedom, of creating new things in your life when you're still trying to carry the old stuff with you. You know, if you look in the background, there's a beautiful home, and it's like he's almost there. He's almost at the finish point. Of course, this is more of this world energy, cycles that have to end so that you can invite the new things into your life. In terms of love, I think things are beautiful, but maybe this element, maybe this is your career, maybe this is a job, maybe this is a certain way of life. Maybe this is an authority figure or a father that doesn't approve of the relationship. Maybe it's just somebody who represents authority in your life and you're tired of them having all of the power, making all of the decisions, feeling like they are always in control of you. You need your freedom. You need to be able to express who you truly are. And so those relationships have to go. You have to drop those expectations that you're going to make everybody happy. Pisces, you will not ever in your life be able to make everybody happy. But it's okay, because when you're happy, things just work out. They come to you, and you see this already. You've seen this progress. You've seen what the positivity can do. And so now is not the time to give up. 10 of Wands is the final push. Keep going. Break free of those things that have burdened you. Break free of those expectations of what you're supposed to be and do for everybody else. 10 of Wands above the new moon energy. A new start is coming. If you are willing to let go of a job that you're not happy with, you already know the universe is going to bring you something else right away. So drop the fear. Drop the fear and have faith that everything is working out. Everything is working out for you, Pisces. Your oracle card. I am the loving energy of the universe. Again, I'm really called to this duality and this balance between the dark and the light. See, it's dark down here and it's light over here. In this card as well, there's darkness, there's harshness, and then there's a bright light. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There's freedom. Now, I pulled a couple. I was doing the romance cards, and yet towards the end of these last 6 readings, I was kind of compelled to break out this new deck. And I don't know. I like their energy and I like their messages, and they seem to be really clicking so far. The first card you got was Treasure Island, card number 9. You could see that turtle carrying something on his back through water. So it's an emotional journey. And yet you move freely through it because you understand. You understand that water could either weigh you down, if you stay in an element of resentment, if you're not willing to forgive, that emotion can weigh you down and it could stop you from achieving things in your life. Forgiveness for other people, forgiveness for yourself, the weight, the burden of those expectations that I was talking about. And yet, the turtle moves through the water freely. He stays at the surface. He has the tools. He has the fins that he needs to move through it freely. And it's interesting because he has this treasure above him, and he carries it with him so easily. It's like that inner knowing, that key that you have to yourself, your inner treasure that you carry with you, and it doesn't matter what the outside circumstances are. You are everything that you need. You have your own element of happiness, your ability to find freedom, to move through those emotions easily. And again, there's light, there's illumination. So much about this journey is about finding your inner happiness, freeing yourself and allowing yourself to maybe be happy in spite of all of the things that are going on around you. The next card out, 52, breaking down to a 7, always my card of divinity, mending. Now this comes out directly under that angel of power, the judgment, and the emperor. An element of taking back your power. There's things that although you're in this happy place, they have the ability to snap you out of it and drag you back down. And you find your power. With that process also comes mending. Mending relationships, finding forgiveness. If there are disappointments that come up, if there's a focus or a reminder of disappointments in your past, you are being given an opportunity to mend these things, even if it's not in the physical. If you're entering a new relationship and yet you find yourself triggered by things that maybe happened in past relationships, things that disappointed you, maybe it's the same relationship, things come to the surface where you're starting to see areas of resentment. And it's not a scary place, because remember, there's so much balance between the dark and the light. You've done all of this work to understand your shadow side. And so now all there's left to do is like tie up these loose ends. There's forgiveness. Forgiveness allows others to be who they are, the same way that you are allowed to be who you truly are. If you do not want to be judged by others for living a certain way, for putting yourself first, making your happiness a priority, then it's important that you don't judge others for that, or you don't judge others because they're not there yet, okay? When you reach a level of an ascension where you understand this so clearly, it might be really easy for you to look at other people that are still kind of floundering, still not really understanding the process. Maybe these are important people and you're like, come on, let's just get on board. Can you just trust me on this? The mending is when you recognize that everybody is on their own path. That you cannot control others. And when you let that go, they have no control over you. This is you releasing that energy that could weigh you down. This is you instinctively knowing that any resentments just restrict you from this feeling of freedom. Again, if we're talking about getting back to paying the bills, maybe you've had a couple of months of just really enjoying yourself, going out, taking care of yourself, buying new clothes, and maybe now the credit card comes in and you're like, oh shit. Well, it doesn't have to be a big thing. You know, you'll be able to work it out. You'll be able to pay off the debt. You'll be able to get through this, because remember, we're definitely the light at the end of the tunnel. You're almost there. You're almost free from all of this. And so there's no reason to let it get you down. You just simply say, okay, I learned that lesson. I'm going to take my control back. I'm going to take my power back. I'm going to create healthier boundaries, because I know that sometimes spending money, running up the credit cards feels good in the moment, but the reckoning always comes. And when that comes, I feel heavy, and I don't want to put myself in that energy. There's freedom in the release. You know, maybe part of this is realizing that you don't quite need so much. Maybe when you were in an unhappy place, you know, I think we've all done this before. You try to fulfill yourself in other ways. And then you realize that you're still not happy, but you have a lot of stuff and you have a lot of bills, right? Mending, balancing, we're figuring this all out. We're starting to realize that, but when we're happy with ourselves, when we're in a happy life, we don't have to reach so much to the outside for things. You know, they're already with us. We have the things that we need. We have the things that make us happy. And so now's the time where we settle. It's that final push, paying off those credit cards. Maybe there's a lot of things that you're bogged down with at work that you really got to get caught up on. And this is the energy that you need to get through it, so that you could feel that freedom, so that you're no longer so heavy and dense in that area of your life. And the final card is poised. It's all about confidence. It's all about worthiness, you know? This is where you've stepped up, you've taken your power back, you've solved the issues that you have, and you're so confident in who you are. Pure confidence. And that's what brings this new start in, this new beginning, this new cycle, this new relationship, opportunity, new job, new creative project. And it's going to fulfill you. And you're going to have the time and the energy to really devote to it, because you've taken care of these other things that were weighing you down. It's really that simple, Pisces. You're definitely upward mobility here. You're definitely climbing the ladder. You're climbing the mountain. You're getting there. You're almost reaching that crescendo. And it's a really beautiful thing. And you're not too hard on yourself if you have to take a step back to regain your balance. You're not hard on yourself. You're forgiving. And you're not hard on others either. And that kind of forgiveness in relationships can really build momentum to take them to the next level. If you can remain flexible and forgiving and understanding that this life is about learning lessons, and they're not always easy, but they don't have to be so hard either. It's really beautiful, Pisces. I feel such good energy from this. Whew, like you're almost there. It's so close you can taste it. Just clean this stuff up. Take your power back. Know that you can do it. Have the confidence that you can do it. And then everything's about to get so much easier for you. All right, Pisces, obviously it's going to be a really awesome August, and I'm excited to see what September brings you. If you're still with me, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, allow the channel to grow so these messages can reach more people. All right, I love you lots. Pisces, have a great month. I'll see you in September. Bye.